Tonight we report on more than 70 cats rescued from an Electric City home, and a new play debuts this weekend at Maskers Theater. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake softball extends its win streak to 12 games, and Quincy baseball lays a hurtin' on Grandview. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
And here in the weather department, I'm looking forward to a few pretty days. It's just going to be a little chilly. There's also an outside chance of a sprinkle or two, but all in all, not too bad. Details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Mattawa residents are hoping a $52,000 grant to examine improvements to Government Road could lead to a multi-million-dollar downtown revitalization project. The city received the grant from the Grant County Commissioners to develop a plan to redesign its main street. City Council members recently voted to add an additional $10,000 to the planning project. Committee Chair Lars Lehman said Government Road needs considerable improvements and expansion. It currently doesn't have a turning lane or sidewalks, making it a hazard for both drivers and pedestrians. Lehman hopes if a solution for improvements is reached, it would spearhead a larger revitalization project for the downtown area. Public meetings are being set in May to get input from residents. Gisa Credit Union is adding a new location in Moses Lake to add to its other 14 locations across Central Washington. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Richland-based Giza Credit Union expects to open its first branch in Moses Lake by early July. Brian Griffith, Assistant Vice President of Marketing, said the credit union that has been around since 1953 was attracted to Moses Lake's business climate. Griffith said the 4,200 square foot Moses Lake branch on Pioneer Way will be staffed by up to 8 employees. Giza is now interviewing for positions including branch manager, member services representatives, and tellers. Giza operates 14 branch offices in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, Walla Walla, Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, and Yakima. Giza Credit Union has served Washington State's Tri-Cities community and is the state's 4th largest credit union with $1.4 billion in assets and 130,000 members. Giza is a full-service financial institution that offers consumer, mortgage, and business products and services. See the website at giza.com. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
More than 70 cats were rescued from severe medical neglect at an Electric City home. Staff members from the Sultan-based Pasado's Safe Haven Animal Rescue Group responded to the home in full hazmat gear and respirators to recover 71 adult cats and kittens. The cats had been living in their own feces and urine, surrounded by swarms of flies and layers of garbage. According to officials, the initial evaluation of the cats showed most of them have chronic respiratory infections, internal and external parasites, and some with chronic injuries. The cats were taken back to the animal sanctuary to receive full medical examinations and veterinary care. The rescue operation was coordinated with local law enforcement and other animal welfare organizations, and the resident was reported to be cooperating. The deadline to register for the Moses Lake Spring Festival 3-on-3 basketball tournament is Saturday. The annual tournament is set for May 22nd and 23rd in downtown Moses Lake. The entry fee is $80 per team and includes a t-shirt for each player and a minimum of 3 games to be played. The tournament is open to adults and children from grades 3 to 12. Players under 18 years old must have a parent or guardian sign the waiver form. Registration forms are available online at www.moseslakespringfestival.com. Organizers are also looking for volunteers during the tournament. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News. Our forecast, of course, brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And it's going to be a little cooler than normal now as we slide not only through the rest of the work week, but it looks like right into, and if not right through the weekend before we warm it back up. So a little chillier, and there is a cool front that'll be coming across, and there is a slight chance of an isolated shower with it, but we're in the rain shadow effect, so most of it will be from the western basin area, farther west, mainly into the mountains. But the big thing is seasonal highs, which is in the mid to high 60s, and seasonal lows right through Sunday, as I just mentioned. But a nice warm-up as we slide into the work week next week, with maybe even the 80s by Tuesday, Wednesday. So I was talking about seasonal levels, 65, 36, what is that? 39. Boy, my eyes are bad. 39, 64, and 47 the extremes today, but we'll be closer to the seasonal levels the next couple of days. And in Moses Lake, we're looking at 66 and 45 the extreme. And again, 65 and 38. Boy, my eyes are that bad. 65, yeah, that's it. Alrighty then, let's take a look outside right now, and we're at 64 degrees now. Boy, the winds, were they gusty for a time overnight last night, weren't they? 30, 40 miles an hour. It's been a little gusty today. They'll settle on down a little bit overnight tonight. Here we go through the next 72 hours with the forecast of clouds and precipitation sliding through our Thursday. You see a little bit of clouds. Here comes this frontal boundary that is going to come across Thursday night, Friday. A little instability, but you notice everything as it crosses the Cascades, we dry a little bit. But notice a few do make it, especially on Friday. So a shower, spot shower Thursday, but a little better chance of a spot shower on Friday. But again, mainly the western high basin area westward. Here we go statewide again. Mostly cloudy showers, western areas as the front comes inland. Temperatures 40s to low 50s, pretty cool off the Pacific. Inland northwest, though, looking fine and dandy. Upper 50s near 60. Not too bad. And as we close in into the basin, you see that we're looking at lower to mid 60s, which is about where we should be this time of the year. Notice further west you go, the better chance of an isolated sprinkle. Here we go through the next 7 days. Just a spot sprinkle the next couple of days, and generally just cool temperatures, seasonal. Mid to high 30s for lows, low to mid 60s for highs. And then finally the weekend, we're seeing a little warm up. A nice warm up. Tuesday, Wednesday, I mentioned near 80. I wasn't lying. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? So again, not too bad. Don't go away. You know what's coming up? Sports. So stay with us.
Hi.
Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
Quincy baseball took a big stride in the postseason race with a dominating win over Grandview at home last night. Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
Quincy hosted Grandview in a CWAC conference match, and this one was all Jacks. Quincy bats couldn't be stopped in this game as the Jacks scored 18 runs in the first inning. Quincy scored 6 more runs in the third and 8 more in the fourth to take the game 32-1. Quincy starting pitcher Douglas Tobin pitched a gem for the Jacks, going 4 innings, striking out 7 batters. Tobin was also 4 for 4 from the plate with a double and 2 runs scored. Cody Kell went 2 for 3 for the Jacks with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Hunter Rosenberger also knocked in 3 ribbies for the Jacks, while Caden Murphy knocked in 2. The win puts Quincy at 8-5 in conference play and in a tie for 4th with Othello and Prosser. For I-Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
Moses Lake solidified second place in the Big 9 standings with a 6-5 extra inning road win at Eastmont. The Wildcats led 3-0 through 4 innings. Moses Lake erupted for 5 runs in the top of the 5th on the strength of a 2-out triple by Nathan Ball. Eastmont tied it in the home half of the 6th. Jared Haddigan singled home Carson Fisk with the winning run in the 10th. Moses Lake improves to 8-4 with the win and trails league leader Wenatchee by 3 games with 5 to go. Quincy got goals from 8 players and the Jacks shut out Wapato 10-0 on the pitch. Quincy dominated from the get-go, up 5-0 at the break. Edwin Vasquez scored twice for the league-leading Jacks, who picked up their 5th win in a row in CWAC action. Moses Lake extended its win streak to 12 games with a 13-0 win over Eastmont at Larson Field last night.
Marnie Skinner tossed 5 innings of one-hit ball and drove in 5 runs to lead the Chiefs' attack. A 2-out single by Alyssa Balderas put Moses Lake up 2-0 in the home half of the first. The Chiefs added 6 in the second, fueled by a 3-run shot from Skinner and a 2-run blast by Balderas.
For your Lady Chiefs.
Eastmont threatened in the top of the third, but left a runner in scoring position. This 2-run dinger by Skinner in the bottom of the frame made it 10-0. Moses Lake added 3 more in the fourth to send the Wildcats home with their tails between their legs. The win moves the Chiefs to 10-0 in the Big 9 League standings and gives the team a 4-game lead over West Valley with 8 left to play. The Chiefs are at Eastmont Friday to complete the 3-game series.
Moses Lake has put up astronomical numbers during the streak, outscoring opponents 159-16 while tossing 6 shutouts along the way. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a Quincy woman who is in need of a kidney and pancreas transplant. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Basically, whether
Cassie Bushman needs a kidney and pancreas transplant to live a normal life free from weekly dialysis sessions in Moses Lake. Without dialysis, she could die. A pancreas that no longer functions properly led to her kidney failure. The 33-year-old Quincy native, wife, and mother of a 9-year-old daughter will know Thursday if she qualifies for a transplant at Virginia Mason Hospital in Seattle. Cassie has been a diabetic since she was 4 and has had to take daily insulin injections.
It got the best of my kidneys and basically your blood sugar's being out of control. It's pretty serious.
Cassie's life-threatening predicament has taken its toll on her husband Jason and others in the family.
It's hard. It really is hard. It's very difficult to see her struggle having to go to dialysis on a regular basis. Because really, if she doesn't get the transplants, she won't be with us for very long. And I try to keep my spirits up, stay strong, but it is a very large burden on my soul to love my wife so much, but know that the only way for her life to be prolonged is to get a kidney and pancreas to cure her problems for the time being.
Cassie and Jason grew up within a mile of each other near Adams Road, not far from Interstate 90. They live in a home that Jason's grandparents built. He works at a nearby dairy farm. Cassie talked about her severe health issues.
I've known since about 2011 that my kidneys were slowly failing, but it was just a matter of when at that point. So I lasted from 2011 until the beginning of January in stage 4 kidney failure.
That was when she began 4-hour-long dialysis sessions 3 times a week. Cassie is on a strict renal, diabetic, and gluten-free diet while she waits for a donor. The family has posted a plea for donations up to $5,000 on the web at GoFundMe.com.
When there is a donor and I do get the organs and they call me, we will have to stay in the hospital over in Seattle for a while. And even when I get out of the hospital, we'll have to stay in a hotel across the street from a hospital for about a month, just so they can watch me and make sure I'm doing okay and the organs aren't failing. And that's what the $5,000 was for.
Cassie said her daughter Chloe has been strong about her mother's situation.
She's actually being a trooper about it. She really is. She's got questions here and there, but for the most part, she knows what's going on. We keep her informed on everything, and this is her life for right now.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today. What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Welcome back. Someone is stealing exterior lights installed on Jeeps in the Moses Lake area. According to Moses Lake Police, lights from at least 3 Jeep Cherokees have been stolen since Sunday. 2 42-inch LED light bars were taken from 2 Jeeps early Sunday morning in the 1000 block of South Ashley Way. The suspect reportedly cut the wire and unbolted the lights from the vehicle. Police found shoe prints around the vehicle for a DC brand shoe. On Sunday night, a man reported a light bar on top of his vehicle had been taken while the SUV was parked in the 1400 block of South Division Street. The light was taken off by someone with an Allen wrench. Anyone with information is asked to call the Moses Lake Police Department at 509-764-3887. The annual Soap Lake Yacht Club is celebrating the opening day of the boating season on May 2nd on the lake. The event starts at noon. The event is an invitation to bring any and all non-motorized watercraft to the lake, from kayaks to canoes to stand-up paddleboards. Tom Rawls, co-owner of the Yacht Club, said he hopes this year's event is unlike last year's when a windstorm chased people off the lake. Instead, the group held a potluck lunch. Rawls said the event's agenda is simple. The group is going to do a parade on the lake from West Beach to East Beach and back again. The Maskers Theater is opening a new comedy this weekend about a small-town theater troupe in Over Their Heads. Play On starts Friday at 7:30 p.m. and runs on Saturday, and there is a matinee at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Directed by Carol Boyce, the play is described as a director's worst-case scenario. Lines are skipped, sound effects come on at the wrong times, scenes are moved from one act to another, egos rage and tempers flare, and Boyce said that's all before intermission. Tickets for opening night are $9 for all ages and $13 for seniors or students and $15 for adults at all other shows. In Northwest news, how far would you go to live green? Would you drink beer made from recycled wastewater? The state of Oregon has signed off in part on a project that turns reused sewage water over to home brewers. Reporter Hillary Lake explains how it works.
A good science experiment.
Lee Hedgeman knows how to brew beer.
You could do it in your kitchen on your stove.
The way most of us know how to make breakfast. It comes naturally.
When friends were brewing and I would help them, and by help, when you're helping a home brewer, you're just standing around drinking and watching what they're doing.
Lee is president of the Home Brewers Club, the Oregon Brew Crew. For 14 years, she's drank and brewed beer made the old-fashioned way with drinking water. But last year, she tried it with an unlikely ingredient. Water made from, wait for it, 30% recycled sewage.
It tastes like beer. It tastes exactly like beer when it was finished. The water itself tastes like just distilled water.
It was part of a contest sponsored by Clean Water Services, a utility that runs 4 wastewater treatment plants in the Portland metro area. They're showing off a new water purification system to the state, and the next level is having brewers like Lee make beer with 100% recycled wastewater.
They explained the process to us in layman's terms, and it really did take a lot of the fear away.
On Wednesday, the Oregon Environmental Quality Commission okayed the idea. The brew crew will make small batches of beer with reused wastewater to demonstrate that it's possible, but the state has to test it before anyone can drink it.
I'm trying to think of a really cool recipe. When they told us, we're like, 100%, we're like, oh man. First the names, then the recipe comes later, and I'm excited.
What's also exciting to Lee is knowing that home brewing is leading the future of beer and making us think twice about our water supply.
It seemed just strange enough that it'd be something that we were all being interested in doing.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.